Hello and welcome to Tea is Good, Books Are Better, the podcast where we drink tea and talk about books. I'm Raven.
I'm Jess.
I think I took Jess by surprise again. Yes! Okay, what's new, Jess?
So my work changed its Employee of the Month reward from having like a $50 gift card to our store to that and lunch with our CEO.
Because everyone wants that.
Like, what the hell do you even talk about with the big boss? Like, what kind of small talk do you start with? So, how's the business going?
Right? She's like, oh, you know what? Not that great. We're letting some people go. You're next on the list, so better pick up that units per hour.
It's like introverts don't exist in these people's minds when they come up with these ideas.
Yeah.
Gosh, and I was talking about it with coworkers too, and no one is excited. No one wants to win anymore. Everyone's like, please don't vote for me. To our team leads.
Like I was saying to you earlier when you told me, to me it feels like a bunch of old people who are not in touch any longer, and they think that that's what people want. Like, no.
Like, what am I going to get out of this lunch with our CEO?
Right?
Like,
maybe they want.
How
like,
is that a reward?
Maybe it's giving you an opportunity to like get on the CEO's radar, so you get promotions and raises and shit.
Okay, that will work if this was a company that like did that.
Gives promotions and
like,
raises?
They give raises, sure, every year, but I can't see, like, the only kind of promotions are just like team leads, and I don't think that's something a lot of people want to do, like, because the amount of responsibility, like, I've seen management break and like walk out of the job, so like no one really wants that. But still, like, it makes me think of like corporate jobs. Like, maybe that's where you'll want to meet your CEO and, like, get on their good side, rub elbows. But, like, the job I work it's a warehouse job. It's a warehouse job. What am I going to move out to? Controlling shipments?
I don't know.
Yeah, just ranting about the job.
Okay.
Now I don't want Employee of the Month.
Yeah. CEO dinner? No
more
thank you.
Effort on my part.
Performance drops by like 50%. Yeah, I would feel the same.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What's new with you, Raven?
I got my new tattoo.
She's got a tattoo, and it took all day.
It did not. It took 2 hours. He timed it.
True.
But we did get there really early.
We were out all day. Like, got up so early to go out with you, and then we're back at 4. I got up at 8.
That's so early too.
I usually sleep in until 9 or 10.
Oh wow.
I like to sleep.
I usually get up between 4 and 5, so getting up at 8, which I also got up at, was like a treat.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
When I worked at Triple O's and I would get up at 4, sleeping until 8 was a nice treat on the weekends.
Yeah. So I got my new tattoo. Love it. It's super cool.
I love it too.
Thanks. Nearly passed out again.
Once the needle touched her skin.
It was like in the first minute.
You're like swimming in sweat. Like, you were freaking soaked. It looked like someone sprayed you with water.
Oh my god. I'm embarrassed. I don't understand why my body does that.
It's just bursts of adrenaline. That's what it is. You're going in full fight or flight response.
Yeah, it's like trying to compensate by overheating me for some fucking reason.
Because you're ready to go, ready to move, ready to run.
But my lovely friend was there, who's dating the artist who was tattooing me. And she was like the ultimate support.
Yeah, she was.
She was so awesome. She like turned on the fan and pointed it towards me and was like fanning me with some paper.
With a brochure.
With like some sort of pamphlet. Went and like got me some Gatorade.
She gave
so
you
sweet.
A squishy to squeeze.
Oh yeah.
A stress ball.
Oh, she was so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was looking up for you.
Yeah, she helped make it really, really manageable. But yeah, like, after the first, I don't know, how long would you say it was when I started to relax?
Probably took around 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Like, once you completely relaxed, like, you started chilling out a little bit and wiping your sweat off. And then once you completely calmed down, took around probably 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah. And then I was completely fine after that.
Coming for it to pass.
Like, I guess this is a thing now. I wonder why it was so instant this time. It's probably because I could see it, maybe.
Yeah, you're hyping yourself up, sitting there waiting.
Yeah, I don't know. I was already hot and, like, sweaty.
You were already nervous, though.
Yeah, I was nervous, but it wasn't, like, nervous to the point of, like, public speaking makes me more nervous than that. So it wasn't, like, the most nerves I've ever felt.
Sure.
And public speaking doesn't make me want to pass out.
Maybe it's just the breaking skin or something. That's with getting your piercing, too, that happened.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and something else that's funny. I started getting a stomach ache.
It sounds like
partway into the tattoo. Into getting the tattoo. And it was like, I felt like I needed to shit.
It sounds like an adrenaline response. You gotta go. Makes you want to poo yourself. People defecate sometimes when they're really scared.
But yeah, it was like awful cramping in my stomach, and I was like, I need to shit. But I didn't want to be like, can we stop so I can go to the bathroom? And then you're all waiting for me, and I come back like 10 minutes later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I also just like didn't know how I was gonna take my like shorts off without like half tattoo.
Oh yeah.
I was like nervous about rubbing it or whatever. So I just like kind of slouched forward, like,
oh god, I can't. Holding
pushed away the pain.
Poo that hurts my tummy. I can't do it. I gotta go.
Yeah, I was very close a few times to being like, can we just pause so I can go to the bathroom? But I held my tongue.
Oh my god, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I gotta go.
Yeah, it was bad. Like, it definitely contributed to the sweats.
Oh,
okay, so but then later on, after the tattoo was done, like, we were out and about, went to the bathroom, and turns out I started my period, so it was just period cramps and not poo cramps, so I didn't have to poo. But I wonder if the tattoo like made my period come. If I'm like getting all tense, and would that make it start early? I don't know.
I don't know either.
But yeah, that was interesting. Because that doesn't usually happen to me when I start my period. I don't get like mad cramps and then my period starts. That's not how it works with me.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess I'm the same.
Like, I'll get cramps after it starts.
I think I'm the same.
Yeah, so there's that. It took pretty much 2 hours exactly, like 2 hours and 2 minutes. And afterwards, I went to pay. And okay, this is really embarrassing, but okay, with the thing, like, the tip part popped up, but it didn't give a percent option. It just gave like an amount option.
Yeah,
like a dollar amount.
The amount.
And so I had a moment of panic, which is really embarrassing. Because when people like expect me to do math like in the moment, I freeze up. Like, my brain just like shuts off. Like, I don't know if it's the same with you. Is it?
Absolutely.
My brain completely shuts off. So I had that moment of panic. My brain shut off because it wants me to enter a dollar amount for a tip, and I was like, what's a good percent? I don't. So I like blacked out and pressed a number and hit enter. And then afterwards, when we walked out, I was like, it hit me. I'm like, I don't think I gave enough for a tip. And I told Jess the amount. She's like, yeah, that's not nearly enough.
No, it wasn't. Such a small amount.
I don't know what possessed me. Oh god, it's just the panic of someone expecting me to do math in the moment. Why is there no percent option?
They should do that.
Okay, but I felt really bad about giving such a small tip, so I messaged the artist directly and I was able to e-transfer him more. I was so embarrassed. I'm still embarrassed.
You can never show your face there again.
No, never going back. Because like the rest of the people at the tattoo place aren't gonna know that I gave him extra unless he talks about it, which I don't think he would. So they're just gonna see the tiny amount on the receipt and they're gonna be like, the fuck? This bitch.
You're just being scammed.
Oh god. Yeah, so that was fun. But I felt better after being able to give him some money. Some more.
Yeah.
But yeah. Tip your tattoo artist, guys.
Yeah. Put a lot of effort.
Yes. It's very, very lovely.
It's very pretty.
Thank you. The dot work shading with the
That
gun.
was cool.
I did not know that was a thing. But it's so cool. He had like a shading needle that like looks like a bunch of little dots.
Yeah.
So cool. I did not know that was a thing. And that's my tattoo story.
Mm.
I'm gonna have a sip of tea. What are we drinking today, Jess?
It is my favorite tea right now. It's chai tea with espresso.
There's espresso in this?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You know I can't drink coffee, right?
No. Why can't you drink coffee?
Gives me a stomach ache!
Oh. Okay, I wonder if we're going to give you a stomachache.
Probably.
1 sec.
Oh.
I realized I forgot my other notebook. I ran through my other notebook.
Oh my god.
Does your face ever hurt from smiling too much?
Yeah. Why?
My face hurts.
Right now?
Yeah.
From laughing at my embarrassing tip bullshit? Oh. Well, I'm glad it amuses you. Okay, so I just posted a picture of my tattoo, and fucking mom, look at her comment.
Wow, amazing! Shock face Rose.
Up until during getting my tattoo, she's like, why are you doing this? What are you doing?
Tattoos are a waste of money.
It's a waste of money. It's a waste of time. Literally messaging me while I was getting it.
Really?
Yeah.
She wants you to put a stop to
Let
it.
me show you what she was messaging. Oh, God. I posted an Insta story when it was like the line work was half done. And so she reacted to that and she asked if you were with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I said yes. And she said, good, just in case you fainted. And I said, lol, already nearly happened. And she said, oh, wow, why you do it then?
I don't think she understands.
Oh, Mom. But then as soon as it's done, she's all supportive and like...
She just likes to see it, I guess. I don't think she likes the idea of you spending that much money and the needle and the pain. But once it's there, then it's nice.
Oh, but can you understand the frustration?
Yeah.
Like, I have to deal with that
Abby
bullshit.
used to live with her too.
Huh?
I used to live with her too.
It's just frustrating.
Just ignore it. Walk away. Like,
Yeah.
Mom.
I'll just laugh in her face and be like, you think you get an opinion, Mother?
I'm an
That is not
adult.
so. I can also tell you about my dentist appointment now, if you want to know.
Yes.
I went to the dentist. They were super nice there. It was like, they treated me like an adult and stuff, which was super weird, right? Because when I remember going to the dentist, obviously I was always like underage before.
Yeah.
And so all like the info would go to our parents.
Yep.
And I like didn't hear anything. I'd like go outside and find out after, like, you have cavities, Raven. Like Mom would tell me, and I'm like, okay.
Like, oh man, that means more drilling.
Yeah, but this time they were like, showing me my x-rays and like pointing out this is this and this is that and that sort of stuff, and I'm like, wow, I get to choose what happens to my mouth. It was kind of a trippy moment.
Nice.
Yeah. So I have 3 cavities.
Oh boy.
They're not like to the point where they need to be filled, but she said that like it is a risk to keep them open, because then like if it like opens more or whatever it is, gets deeper, opens, I don't know what it is, it can like get infected and
Yeah.
blah blah blah. So
Once
it
again.
sounds like the smartest thing would be to fill them, so I'm gonna have to do that.
Well, that's pretty pricey. With your 60%.
Insurance. They showed me the numbers. It's not like insane, but it is like,
Well, compared to us spoiled Canadians with our Medicare. Medicare?
Yeah. I don't know.
Our health stuff. It's pricey.
Yeah. Looking at it without the insurance is fucking scary.
No, that's nuts.
I'm like, oh god.
Do you see how people cannot go to the dentist if they don't have insurance? Like, they cannot.
Yeah. Like, no fucking way.
I don't think dental offices will even let you pay without insurance because of just how insane the prices are. Like, you need insurance to visit a dentist.
Yeah. I didn't know that, but I believe it. Yeah, so there's that. I also asked about my receding gums. And it's mostly like these 2 right here.
Yep.
That are the issue, and she said yes, they are receding, and so they like taught me a new way to brush to like not make them recede more. And she said I would also be a candidate for gum grafting, which is apparently a thing that I didn't know was a thing.
I don't think they're that severe.
No, she said like yeah, they're not like making it out like it was severe, but I did ask what my options are and like what do I need to be concerned and like this sort of shit. And she's like, well, you would be a candidate for gum grafting, like blah 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 blah, but it's fine. But yeah, they did stress to like make sure I'm using soft toothbrushes and brushing this new way and whatever. Not gonna do the gum grafting.
I can't believe that you're even like a candidate. Like, it's not even that noticeable.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the noticeable part. It's the like when it gets
like,
sore and bleedy. That's. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna be brushing the new way with soft toothbrushes and try and maintain what I have.
Most toothbrushes are soft. My experience of shopping is very little medium or hard.
Yeah, I don't see hard at all anymore.
No.
But I do still see mediums.
Yeah, there's usually a few of them. Baby toothbrushes, like for children, are really good to getting the tight spaces.
Oh, that's actually clever.
Yeah.
Should think about that. Yeah, so there's that. There's also my wisdom teeth. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get them out.
Yeah.
She like showed me the x-ray and I could see my bottom 2 wisdom teeth, and one of them's like completely sideways. The other one is like mostly sideways.
Like,
yeah. Yes.
What?
Sideways. Yes. Exactly what you're picturing. My top 2 are mostly straight.
Yeah. Oh, you have all 4?
Yeah.
No wonder God got them out.
Yeah, so I asked her what her recommendation was, and she's like, I recommend whatever you want to do. And I was like, okay, I know I'm an adult, but tell me what to do. Because I'm like, I don't know.
It's scary.
But yeah, she talked about the risks and blah, 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 and how if they have to come out later on, it'll be a lot harder to heal, and there'll be more complications, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, fine, I'll get them out. It's mostly the bottom 2 that are like the issue.
Yeah.
But she said if I'm going to get the bottom 2 out, then get the top 2 out at the same time. Yeah.
The thing I am most scared of about doing that is just going under. Like, just like what did they give you?
Anesthesia?
The stuff that gets you high. Like, you know how everyone's like all weird and high?
Local anesthesia. anesthesia, right?
That doesn't get you high. That's just a shot to numb your gums. But like the whole like knock you out, like.
Oh, you're right.
Like you remember Eric, how he was tripping balls when he came back. They give you something, sedate you or something. It's that. I'm very not okay with being sedated.
She told me that she would recommend I get the IV thing to like completely knock me out. Like I would be unconscious.
Because it'd be difficult to get it out because the house they're sideways.
I don't remember exactly how she explained it. I don't remember why. I would probably confirm with her if I like maybe I'll send her an email and ask, but yeah, she said that's what she would request for me to be completely out.
Yeah, because if it's more difficult to get out, then they're gonna knock you the fuck out.
Yeah.
Go sleep. I'm also terrified of going to sleep.
I would definitely want someone there with me.
Yeah, like it's scary because if you haven't done it before, you don't like really know your tolerance is, and that the anesthesiologist has to figure that out, and if they fuck up, you are in like trouble.
Oh god. Well, thanks for the scare.
Most of the time it's safe, but I've heard horror stories that have scared the crap out of me.
I think they still numb it and everything, but
yeah. It's just the whole being in an altered state of mind that freaks me out. Around people I don't know, even if they are professionals, they're still people I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. And then there's also my chipped teeth that I asked about.
Oh yeah,
in the front. And she said that she can't quite tell what caused the chip. And I was like, maybe I'm like, I was eating or something.
Maybe
and she had me put my teeth together.
Yeah.
And look, they fit like puzzle pieces.
Oh yep, it's your bottom teeth.
Yeah, so I've been doing this, and I couldn't figure out in the moment. She's like, if you ever notice yourself doing that, like try and stop yourself.
Yeah.
She like thought maybe it was happening in my sleep or something.
Grinding.
I was like, I mean, I guess so, because I don't know when I ever do that in real life. And then later on my drive home, I realized I was chewing the inside of my lip, and I was like, oh my god. Because I'm always doing that. I'm always chewing the inside of my lips and my cheeks. I'm always chewing my nails with my front teeth. I was like, I fucked up my teeth. And I can't stop. It's literally an addiction. Like, I can't stop. Even if I know I'm doing it and I'm chewing it, I can't stop.
It's a compulsion.
So she was telling me that, like, they would fill it, by the way. They wouldn't file it down. They would fill it up.
Waste money, don't do it. Waste money, don't do it.
Okay. Well, she was telling me they would fill it. But, like, it's not stronger than my enamel.
Nope.
So if I were to keep doing whatever it was I'm doing, it'll chip easier. And it'll just break down again. Yeah. And
waste of money, don't do it.
They are also considered cavities, so insurance covers it. So she showed me the numbers, and I was like, that is not expensive.
Still.
So I don't know.
Even if it was $20, waste money, don't do it.
Why?
Because it will just come off. Why?
Well, maybe it'll stop me from chewing myself.
I doubt it. It's a compulsion. You don't think about it when you do it, do you? It just happens.
Yeah, that's true. But I still want to.
How many times I've tried to stop myself from picking my thumb, and it's still, I can't. Keep digging holes in my thumb, and gotta wear Band-Aids to stop myself. Because I can't.
Same. But I'm thinking about that. Getting that filled.
Seriously, it's not even noticeable.
It is to me. And whose opinion matters? Mine. But I'm still thinking about it. It's not that expensive. But yeah, she said that if they filled this one, which is like the more noticeable one, they would have to fill the other one too, because like otherwise it would look small.
So dumb.
What? You're so rude. Okay, but that was my dentist adventure.
Nice.
Cool. Shall we get into it? Okay, so we are starting A Clash of Kings. Yeah. Should we talk a little bit about A Clash of Kings first?
So
do you have like
we just read the first 6 chapters. What?
Maybe we'll read the back of your book or whatever it is.
This?
Yeah. And when was this one written? Game of Thrones was 98?
Copyright 1999.
A year later?
Yeah. Hot damn.
Wait. I gotta confirm.
Okay.
When was A Game of Thrones? Oh, it was 96.
Okay.
So 3 years later.
3 years later. Because, like...
I was like,
he
1 year?
struggles to write, and he got this in 1 year?
Yeah, I was like, no fucking way.
Okay,
so 3 years.
In this thrilling sequel to A Game of Thrones,
George?
Jorge...
I like you were saying Jar Jar Binks.
I think I was going to say that.
Oh my God.
George R.R. Martin has created a work of unsurpassed vision, power, and imagination. A Clash of Kings transports us to a world of fuck.
What? A world of fuck.
Revelry?
Yeah.
Yeah? Revelry, revenge, wizardry, and warfare. Unlike any we have ever experienced. Yeah, I was struggling, and that was only the first 2 sentences.
Oh, good God.
A comet the color of blood and flame cuts across the sky, and from the ancient citadel of Dragonstone to the forbidding shores of Winterfell, chaos reigns. 6 factions struggle for control of the divided land in the Iron Throne of the 7 Kingdoms, preparing to stake their claims through tempest, turmoil, and war. God, I'm really exhausted. It is a tale in which brother plots against brother and the dead rise to walk in the night. Here, a princess masquerades as an orphan boy. I guess. A knight of the mind prepares a poison for a treacherous sorceress. And wild men descend from the mountains of the moon to ravage the countryside. Against a backdrop of incest, fratricide, alchemy, murder, victory may go to the men and women possessed of the coldest steel in the coldest hearts. For when kings clash, the whole land trembles. Thank you for your patience.
That was painful. Whoa.
Yeah.
Have a sip of tea, Jess. You earned it.
It's a struggle to read out loud. Oh, fuck. Seeing flashes.
What?
That was a hard call.
Good God.
I wonder if they're ever gonna add whoever Danny is. What is it called?
I have no idea.
Like Bravos, Pentos,
What do you mean?
Valyria.
Oh, you mean in the map?
Yeah, we only have Westeros, right?
Yeah, you mean Essos.
Yeah, Essos, the other continent across the sea.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I'd like to see that. I want to know what's going on
Maps of
there.
it exist online.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to, look what I'm reading.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin.
With the prologue and Cressen.
Who the fuck is Cressen?
Meister Cressen is the Meister of Dragonstone.
I hate the way you say Meister.
Meister. Meister, sorry. Meister.
Meister?
He's 80 years old and has difficulty walking after shattering his hip some years ago. Boy, must that suck in the living in those times and shattering your hip.
Oh yeah. Like,
how do you even heal?
You don't.
He watches the bright red comet fly across the sky, feeling a sense of foreboding.
I immediately wondered if this was the comet Dany saw at the end of A Game of Thrones.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
Because of how old and frail he is, he has a replacement looking after him, ready to pick up his duties after he passes. This is Meister Pylos. Meister Pylos is 25 and he is a solemn dude. Meister Pylos informs Cressen that the princess and her fool have come to see the White Raven, which is the raven that brings the news of autumn that the Citadel sends to everyone.
Very cool. How do they calculate that?
I'd like to know this too.
Right?
Maybe it's the same as like how they calculate spring coming with like the grover.
The groundhog?
The groundhog.
Are you calling it a It's literally called Groundhog Day.
Yeah, it is.
Good God.
All I knew was G. Pylos helps Cressen to his seat before bringing their guests in. The fool Patchface is wearing a bucket as a makeshift helm with antlers hung with cowbells.
So, I don't remember the fool from the show at all.
I don't either.
Maybe they cut him out.
They probably did, because the song he sings is the song that Shireen sings.
Oh.
Did you recognize the song?
No.
Okay.
Come on, I haven't seen this season forever.
The Princess Shireen is not pretty. She has her father's jaw and her mother's ears. Half of her face is disfigured from grayscale that almost killed her as a baby.
Yikes.
Cressen does his best to accommodate Shireen because at 10, she is the saddest child he has ever known. Pylos leaves to fetch the raven while Patchface sings, "Under the sea, the birds have scales for feathers. I know, oh, oh, oh." I recognize the song.
That's
Shireen.
what she's saying?
Shireen sang like the whole song that he sings. Like she's singing about being under the sea and how the world is all different. And it's, I know, oh, oh, oh.
Oh.
I recognize it.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh.
I kind of want to pull it up.
Shireen's song. Maybe that'll be on YouTube. I don't know.
Just un moment. I am pulling it up on the YouTube. Oh,
Yeah, it's always summer under the sea.
Fucking ad. Hang on. I just... Okay.
Have scales, and the fish take wing. I know,
Okay, so that's a little taste of Shireen's song. Wow.
Sorry.
You're disgusting.
Fuck you!
Fuck you!
Yeah. So, I guess in the book, Patchface sings this song. The princess is the only person to laugh at Patchface in the whole of the castle. No one else finds him funny. Cressen asks Shireen why she is up so early, and she says that she has nightmares of dragons eating her. Apparently, she overheard a couple of the servants saying that the Red Woman has claimed the comet was dragon's breath. Cressen explains that a comet is a lost star that will disappear soon enough. Shireen asks if it will get cold now that summer is over, and Cressen's like, yeah. This summer has been 10 years, 2 months, and 16 days, which is the longest summer in living memory.
Wow.
The fool sings, "It's always summer under the sea."
Oh, oh, oh.
Pylos arrives with the raven, and Shireen cries in delight. The raven is larger than any hawk with black eyes, which means that it's a true-bred white raven of the Citadel. It's not a...
Albino.
Yeah, it's not an albino.
Neat.
Neato.
Do those exist? White ravens?
Do they?
Google!
Non-albino white raven.
Also, just out of curiosity, who do they send this white raven to? Like, who needs to know that it's the end of summer? You know?
All the lords.
Oh,
and
my
they
God.
do exist. Black eyes? That's
That
not
is
an albino.
gorgeous.
Bro.
Dude, ravens are dope.
That
And
is
I am biased.
weird. I cannot believe. I thought they made up legendary white ravens.
What the fuck?
Wow.
It is so pretty.
They are real. Really.
Guys, look up a picture of a legendary white raven.
Oh my god.
Because that is a gorgeous bird. What?
Mike Yip discovered white ravens living in the area of Qualicum Beach on Vancouver Island, British Columbia.
Whoa! what? Ooh, we could see one.
Yeah, we can go and hunt one day.
That would be awesome.
It would. Cressen
Wait. Did you answer my question?
What did you ask?
Who do they send the White Ravens to? What did you say?
I said all of the lords, like the highborn houses.
So why do they need to know?
So they can prepare their small folk and their hold fasts.
I see.
So they get ready for
"Alright,
winter.
Start harvesting your food.
Yes. Start storing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Got it. Okay.
Cressen introduces Lady Shireen to the bird, who croaks, "Lady, lady," which excites Shireen even more. Patchface starts singing about shadows dancing, and Shireen tells Cressen the fool has been frightening her with his songs.
Shadows dancing.
Yeah.
Like
Dancing shadows.
like
You know.
like in Dany's little ritual when she was trying to bring Drogo back to life.
Mm-hmm. Lord Stefan, who is Stannis, Renly's, and Robert's father. So this is like how they found Patchface. So Lord Stefan found Patchface while he was on a mission to find a bride for Prince Rhaegar in Volantis. And he found Patchface. And apparently he was so funny and witty and nimble. And so he chose to take this funny guy to send to Stannis, because Stannis is so miserable. He's like, this guy is the one guy who'll make Stannis laugh.
Yeah.
And he sent him, but the ship sunk in a storm. And after 3 days, this fool washes ashore naked, and he was broken in body and mind afterwards. Yep, Patchface.
Right.
So that's why he's so off.
Weird and like.
Yeah, 3 days? What the hell was this dude?
What? Yeah, he's floating out on the water for 3 days?
Naked?
Naked? Something's weird.
It is weird. And he had this weird song about under the sea. A whole different world.
I feel like he's seen some shit.
Yeah.
Something happened to him.
Something totally did.
Huh.
And I want to know Patchface's story.
Yeah, can we have a spin-off Patchface?
What happened to him?
And they completely cut him out of the show. Turns out he's like the most important character.
Apparently, he must have been a slave in Volantis because his face is covered in slave tattoos that they do over there.
Ugh. Getting a tattoo today, I'm like, I wouldn't ever want one on my face.
Yeah, did you see 2 of the artists there had tattoos on their faces?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's permanent, you know?
If they like it, that's fine. But like, how did you do that?
It's like your skull's right there.
Yeah. Fucking fuck.
Like one guy had it up in his scalp.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Crace.
Where am I?
Totally crace. Oh, I had one more question.
Okay.
So you briefly touched on Rhaegar's thing. How Lord Stefan?
Yep.
Went looking for a bride.
Yep.
For Prince Rhaegar.
Rhaegar.
And I just wanted to make a note that the only reason Rhaegar was having a bride hunted for him was because he has no sisters. Or he had no sisters.
He didn't have any sisters.
Because otherwise he would have married his sister.
Yeah. Targaryen style.
Ugh. Do you have any, what do you think happened to Patchface?
Maybe there's mermaids in this land of magic.
That's what I was thinking.
Which I wanted to hear more of, George.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about these mermaids.
Mermaid Patchface spin-off.
Yes. What happened?
Yeah. Go on.
The lords. Thank you. The lords had tried to convince Cressen to put Patchface to sleep and put him out of his misery.
Oh my god.
And he had refused.
That's fucked up.
Now he wonders if he should have.
Oh, that's
because of how like mad he seems to be, and now he's affecting the Princess Shireen. Pylos comes back and he tells Cressen that Sir Davos had returned and is with the king right now. Cressen complains that he should have been told. It's his duty to give his counsel to the king.
Sir Davos.
And he pardons himself from Shireen. Pylos helps Cressen struggle through the castle to the Chamber of the Painted Table. Ooh. The Chamber of the Painted Table is atop the stone drum, which is named for the way that it boomed during storms. And I believe the storm drum is like a room in the castle.
Wait, describe it again?
So the Chamber of the Painted Table is on top of the stone drum. And all I heard, like all they said really about the stone drum is it being named that way because it booms during storms.
Okay, so this
like
is what I imagine.
Chamber.
I imagine some sort of rocky outcropping that kind of comes up like this in like a mushroom shape.
Okay.
And then the room with the painted table is built on top of that. So when... Do you know what I mean?
I think so.
So that's how I picture the rocky outcropping, the drum, as you say. Because I would imagine that's what makes a boom, is when the water flows in there.
So it's not a room, it's a part of the structure.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it. So, yeah, his little castles are not friendly places for the frail, which I can imagine.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we went to Quebec, and I think we went into a castle, and we were climbing these stairs, and the stairs were crazy steep.
Your memory is so much better than mine. I don't.
Okay.
I mean, I have like that thing where something in my brain is ringing, but
Yeah.
I can't picture it.
It's not how our stairs are like. It's more like
Straight
ladder-like.
Oh God.
So that's what I'm wondering.
Oh yeah.
Poor guys. Poor old people. Back in the day must have sucked.
To be old. Yeah.
Outside the stone drum, Cressen dismisses Pylos and climbs the stairs himself. I guess he didn't want to be brought into Stannis' room.
Being assisted.
Yeah,
He wants to show that he can do it on his own.
I guess. Halfway up, he regrets his decision. And then he comes face to face with Sir Davos Seaworth.
Sir Davos Seaworth! Wow, the first time we're meeting Sir Davos Seaworth.
His low birth is written across his common face.
Wow, rude.
What does that mean?
It means he's a basic bitch.
Around his neck, he wears a leather pouch and wears a glove on his left hand. Cressen asks what news he brings, and Davos says that they will not rise for him, these lords, these storm lords of Stannis. Sir Davos had been sent to find allies among the storm lords.
To find what?
Allies. Allies?
There you go.
They've been sent to find allies among the storm lords to fight for Stannis' claim to the throne. He says most of them had teamed up with Renly.
Wow. Rude.
And he mentions Renly's Rainbow Guard, to which Loras Tyrell is the Lord Commander.
See, there's a giant hint here.
Yeah. They're really throwing it in our face.
Renly has a rainbow guard.
Rainbow
Ooh.
white. Cressen remembers Renly as a child, loving bright colors and shouting, "Look at me! Look at me! Look at me!" Renly's 21 now, by the way.
Oh, so young.
He's a babe.
Such a youth.
He sadly wonders if he was the only one who cares for Renly in this castle of
Cressen does?
Dragonstone. Yeah.
Ooh.
He loves all three of the boys, the Baratheon boys, because
Boys to him.
he basically raised them.
Uh-huh.
Cressen remembers when Davos was knighted, Stannis had decreed he lose a joint of each finger up in his left hand for all of his years of smuggling. And Davos had agreed only if Stannis would cut them off himself.
Stannis.
Did I say?
You said Stanos. Well, you said Davos, and then you said like Stanos right after, so I don't blame you. But yeah, Stannis.
He then chose the name Seaworth and chose his banner, a black ship on a grey field with an onion on its sails.
Why a fucking onion?
He's the Onion Knight!
That is pretty funny.
Davos warns that Stannis is too stubborn and is still claiming the throne despite not having any allies. Cressen sighs and wearily continues up to the room to add his voice to Davos.
Okay, so how would people view Stannis, though, if he gave up his claim to support his younger brother? That would be, like, the ultimate shame.
Yep, I can see that. That is pretty shameful.
Yeah, like, who would respect him then?
Exactly.
Less than now, and he's got currently no one.
Yeah. The rules are the rules.
Yeah. I mean, at least he'd be safe, but yeah, it would be the ultimate shame.
Okay, so that is pretty shameful.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. The chamber is a great round room with black stone walls, 4 tall windows looking out to the 4 points of the compass. At the center is a great painted table fashioned at the command of Aegon Targaryen before the conquest.
Aegon Targaryen before the conquest.
Yeah, so right when he landed.
Aegon the Conqueror?
Aegon the Conqueror.
Ooh.
This is an old freaking Debo.
Yeah, the Targaryens have had Dragonstone for that long, huh? Dang. I mean, I guess no longer, but...
It's 50 feet long, which is about the size of a 5-story building.
Oh, damn.
It's big. And it's shaped after Westeros, and a map is painted on it. The
Okay.
map of Westeros.
That's cool that it's shaped like our maps.
Completely
eh?
shaped like the continent.
Yeah.
And it's delicately painted with all of the holds, all of the rivers, everything is named.
That's very cool. I remember this map from the show. It's not 50 feet long.
Nope. It's
fucking tiny.
It's a regular dining table.
Yeah, and
carved.
it's like round, right? It's not in the shape of the...
I actually think it's a regular rectangle table that has
Mhm.
a painting on it.
Right. So much lamer. Also, in the show, does Davos have a hand injury? Okay, I don't remember his hand injury. Oh, all the
has-
fingertips.
Yeah. And he wears a glove.
That's why I don't remember it.
Yeah. Like, I think when you first meet him, he pulls it off and he shows it off and then puts
Right.
it back on, but...
Got it.
The single chair in the room is positioned where Dragonstone is on the map, and it's raised up to give a good view of the table. And on that seat is Stannis Baratheon, and he is described as looking hard. He's 34 and balding. And I'm like stressed from
Brutal.
being so uptight.
Sometimes it's just a genetic thing, but if his brothers have full heads of hair...
I mean, Robert was older, and he was described as being like crazy of hair.
Crazy of hair!
Crazy of hair. His mouth was made for frowns and scowls.
He sounds like a fucking riot. Like he's who you want to bring to a party.
Yep, that's a fun dude right there. Cressen complains that he should have been woken, but Stannis says that he's old and sick and he needs his sleep. Jeez. Stannis is angry that his Stormlords have chosen Renly. He bitterly says that he never wanted Dragonstone. Storm's end should have been his. Cressen sympathizes with Stannis, but tries to reason with Robert's intentions. Stannis tells Cressen that he will sup with his measly amount of bannermen, and asks what he should tell them to get them to stay and fight for him, after hearing the news
Which news?
that no one wants to fight for him.
Oh.
Cressen suggests teaming up with Renly to overthrow the Lannisters, but Stannis is not going to consider that. Cressen then suggests maybe teaming up with the Stark boy, to which Stannis says that he is green and he's a false king.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of fair.
Like, I guess he's green, and I guess he considers him false.
Yeah. Yeah.
But still, you need a team, God. Stannis goes on a rant that Eddard meant nothing to him, and was offended that Robert loved him as a brother when he is his brother. He should have been named Hand, not Ned. But see what happened to them both now.
Jesus. Damn, Stannis.
Cressen agrees that he's been wronged in the past, but now he must focus on the future. Cressen suggests maybe betrothing Shireen to Jon Arryn's heir, and team up with Lady Arryn.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, Stannis considers this, and then Lady Selyse enters, who is the wifey.
The wifey of Stannis.
Yeah.
And the mother of
And
Shireen.
she is not happy with this idea. She says that she's unhappy with Stannis resorting to begging for help from widowed women. Ooh, it's gotta
Wow.
insult his manhood now.
Okay, she... I can already tell she's too prideful to make smart decisions. You have to do what's smart, right?
You do.
Like what Rob did down at the... Or Catelyn, I guess, in Rob's stead.
Yeah. At the
twins.
Lady Selyse is as tall as Stannis, thin, with prominent ears, a stern mouth, and a voice like a whip.
I love that.
Me too.
I made a note of that. A voice like a whip? Hell yeah.
You know what made me think of? Professor McGonagall.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah. Lady Selyse says a king should not beg but command. And she says that the red comet is a sure sign that he is meant to set sail as Aegon the Conqueror once sailed and embrace the power of the Lord of Light. Your face. You were already done and we just mentioned it.
Someone is making her way onto my shit list. She's not quite there yet, but she's like, she's like putting her toe onto my shit list.
Yeah, she's kind of edging there.
Yeah.
Lady Selyse suggests that maybe if Renly dies, he could take the swords of Storm's End and Highgarden for himself.
Stannis, you mean.
Yep.
So she's suggesting assassinating Renly.
Yep. She's like,
Wow.
well, maybe if he dies? And
Just
then
having a choke on some soup?
Cressen is horrified and says fratricide is evil and he must not consider it. Stannis...
Fratricide or fraticide?
Fratricide?
Fraticide. Is that like the murder of a brother or a sibling?
Maybe it's family.
Hang on. You'd think I would know words.
Mm-hmm.
Having a degree in
Writing?
creative writing. Define fraticide. It's fratricide.
Okay.
The killing of one's brother or sister.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a sibling.
Stannis, however, says that he will hear Selyse's counsel and dismisses Cressen. He likes that idea the most.
Oh, God. Jesus.
Back in his bedchambers, Cressen stares at the comet again. He blames the Red Woman for bringing the idea of Renly's murder to Lady Selyse.
The Red Woman? Who's that?
I'll tell you. Melisandre of Ashai, sorceress, shadowbinder, and priestess to R'hllor, the Lord of Light, the Heart of Fire.
Hell yeah.
The God of Flame and Shadow.
Damn.
That is her title. It's kind of intimidating.
Yep. Shadowbinder is pretty dope. I don't know what that means, but I like it.
Mm-hmm. He eventually gets up to grab a small vial and empties it out on his desk. A dozen purple shining crystals, no larger than seeds, tumble out. In the Citadel, these crystals are called the Strangler. You recognize that?
Purple crystals? Are they?
Yeah.
Purple crystals.
I would say
called the
violently
Strangler.
purple crystals of the Strangler.
Yeah.
Dissolved
I know these.
in wine, it will clench the muscles of the throat tighter than any fist. So if you've seen the show, you know.
The Purple Wedding.
You know what the Strangler is? Now call it the Purple Wedding.
No! It happens at the Purple Wedding.
What did they call it? It's called Purple Wedding?
George R. R. Martin never called it that, but once it was shown, once it was on TV, yeah, people started calling it the Purple Wedding.
Is it because of his face?
Yeah. Don't spoil anything, but yeah. The Purple Wedding, man.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
He takes a nap to gather his strength to do what he must at the feast. When he wakes, he realizes it's late, and then realizes that he must not have been summoned for the feast.
Oh dear.
He hides the crystals in his sleeve pockets and leaves his chambers calling for Pylos.
Okay, a couple things.
Aye.
So he is against the assassination of Renly, yet he's about to go assassinate someone right now.
He's against fratricide.
Oh god.
Not the murder of evil sorceresses.
Okay, Cressen. And then also, with Stannis considering the assassination of his own brother, why would he wonder, like, why is it confusing to him that Robert chose Ned as his hand? Stannis doesn't give a shit about his siblings.
No. It was Stannis who was wondering this.
Did I not say Stannis?
Oh. You made it seem like it was Cressen who wondered that.
Oh, sorry. No. Yes, Stannis.
I don't think Stannis...
He thinks it's owed to him.
He's a bit of a narcissist and doesn't think about that. He thinks more what you just said, what's owed to him, what is his by right. He doesn't really think about the other
why
things.
People logically
yeah,
make
why
decisions.
logically they do these things.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, go on.
But there is no reply, and his calling eventually gets the attention of the servants, who then help him to the hall. When he enters, everyone is already feasting, and Patchface is singing and dancing in front of the high tables. Cressen makes his way to the high tables when Patchface accidentally bulldozes him and sends him flying into the ground.
Jesus.
He's old.
Yeah.
He struggles to get up, but
he already has a shattered hip.
Yeah, but his hip isn't allowing him to get up until someone lifts him effortlessly.
Ooh,
he turns to thank them, and Lady Melisandre is there. Melisandre is there. She scolds him and says that he should be more careful, in a deep voice flavored with the music of the Jade Sea.
I don't know what that means. Is that an accent?
Maybe. That will make more sense, because I don't understand what the fuck is the music of the Jade Sea. What are you talking about?
I think it's an accent.
Ooh, that's a nice way to say accent.
Flavored with the music of the Jade Sea. It's like a more complicated way to say accent, but okay.
It sounds nice.
We're picking up what you're putting down, George. Is it Melisandre? I've always said Melisandre.
Melisandre.
But it could be Melisandre.
Man.
I wish there was a pronunciation guide in here.
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
How to pronounce Melisandre.
What? I type in how to pronounce, and the first thing that comes up is Etobicoke.
What?
Look, Etobi Coke. I don't know what that means.
What is that?
I don't know. We can look it up after. Oh, it's a suburb in Toronto. Pronounced Etobicoke? What? It's Etobicoke. Even though the last part is spelled Coke. It's Etobicoke.
Okay.
Melisandre Vashai, the Red Woman.
Melisandre.
Melisandre
Vashai, the Red Woman.
Okay.
I was right.
Melisandre.
Thank you.
We get it.
Melisandre. From head to toe, she is wearing red. Even her hair is a deeper red than any ginger-haired man in the Seven Kingdoms.
Just like the show.
And her eyes are red too.
I'm sorry?
Yep.
It does not say that.
It does not? Pretty sure it did.
I'm just in shock. I believe you if you tell me it did, but
Pretty sure it did.
Red eyes.
Yeah.
Holy God. Yeah, I need to read that again. How did I miss that? Red eyes.
Even her eyes were red.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, red lady. I mean, red woman.
Red, all right.
Many would call her beautiful, but not he. He thinks she is terrible in red. She warns him again about being careful and says that the night is dark and full of terrors.
That is such a meme nowadays.
He says only children are afraid of the dark, and then Patchface starts singing about the shadows again. Melisandre says, "A clever fool and a foolish wise man," and puts Patchface's helm on Cressen. Rude.
Definitely disrespectful.
Cressen takes off the helm as she makes her way back to the high table at Stannis' right hand side.
The right hand of Stannis.
A place of high honor. Cressen makes his way to his seat and realizes Pylos is sitting there.
Wow.
Word. Cressen is like, "What the hey?" And Pylos blushes and says that Stannis commanded it. Lord Stannis then tells him that he is too ill and confused to be useful anymore. Pylos from then on was going to take his place.
Ooh, fuck.
Yeah. Cressen cannot believe what he is hearing. It doesn't sound like Stannis is talking to him. It feels like it's someone else. Cressen asks if he may eat at their table, though, and Sir Davos stands and offers him a seat beside him.
Oh, that's nice.
Good guy, Davos. As he sits, he notices that he is too far from her. He calls to Stannis and tries to engage him in conversation, but he ends up pissing off Lady Selyse.
Oh, jeez.
And she orders him to wear Patchface's helm again. Stannis then calls over Patchface to give him the helm.
What the fuck?
Yup. And he calls Cressen a fool. Lady Selyse then suggests ordering Cressen to sing for them as well, but then Stannis shuts that down and says she's going too far.
Okay, because putting the fool's helm on him is not too far. It's
No.
not crossing the line.
It's making him get up and dance and sing. That's too far. Like, I guess, but...
He's an old man, but still.
Cressen notices Davos's cup in front of him and quickly drops a crystal in it. Davos sees. He picks up the cup and stands. He tells Melisandre maybe he is a fool. Would she mind sharing a cup with him to honor her god and toast his power? She agrees and stands. Davos tries to pull Cressen back, but Cressen shakes him off and hands Melisandre the cup. Melisandre warns him that it's not too late to spill the wine. She knows.
Ooh.
She's warning him.
She's badass.
But he insists. She drinks long and deep and hands it back to him, and he drinks the rest. She tells him that the Lord of Light has power here, and fire cleanses. Cressen wants to reply, but his throat tightens on his words. His coughs turn to whistles as he struggles to breathe. He claws at his neck and he sinks to his knees, shaking his head in denial, the cowbells on the antlers clanking.
Dang.
That's the chapter.
Melisandre's a badass. She just fucking chugs it down.
That was the strangler she freaking drank and it did nothing, yo. Like, that is a powerful sorceress. That is the introduction to the Clash of Kings.
That is the prologue. With Cressen.
So we are introduced to another person calling himself king, and he has a powerful sorceress helping him out.
Indeed. Stannis Baratheon.
Stannis.
The true heir.
Yeah,
Arguably. Arguably the true heir. One could
Arguably.
argue Daenerys is the true heir.
Yep.
So, Stannis wants the throne. Robb also.
No, he wants the north,
He wants the north.
but he's still calling himself a king.
Renly wants
Renly.
the Iron Throne. Joffrey is currently on the Iron Throne. Is there someone else?
Far, far away in another
Essos.
land.
Daenerys wants
His
the
daddy.
throne. Alright.
But I guess it's basically 4 kings, but that's still a lot.
That's too many for 7 kingdoms, apparently.
Yeah.
Alright. We are going to have to end the episode there.
Holy crap, really?
Yeah, we're at 1 hour and 16.
What was that, dentist?
Yep. Okay, wow, first chapter of A Clash of Kings. You were mentioning reading this earlier. Tell me about it again.
That was a fucking long fucking chapter. Took me 2 days. Because I was just so over it. I read half of the chapter and summarized it, wrote my notes, and then the next day I finished the chapter and wrote my notes. And I was just, man, after a long day at work, a long dense chapter is not something I want to go to.
Because, like, I feel like I've said this, like, a long time ago back when we were reading Cry to Heaven. But when you're just reading it, it's easy for stuff to, like, slip right by and you don't have to focus in too much.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're trying to summarize it, you have to, like, examine
Is
every
this
single
important?
little
Is that not
detail.
important?
Exactly. 'Cause you're like, is this important? Is that important? And then you're, like, analyzing things in your head, and it's like, because you have to decide what to make note of.
Absolutely. I feel like my brain makes more notes than I do when I write down. Because a lot of the things I say that I write down, I'm just pulling out of my mind. I didn't write it down because I didn't think it was important. And I was like, now I'm saying it. I'm like, you know what? Melisandre's red eye sounds important. I should mention her red eyes.
Oh, that wasn't in your notes. I see.
No.
I
It was like a
see.
few things. Like the story of Patchface, his background. I really wrote it briefly in my notes, but I gave you more of an in-depth explanation. Yeah.
Interesting.
At the time when writing, I just want to get it over with.
Yeah, but note taking is hard and it takes up time.
Yeah, it sure does, you know.
But yeah, I too was like flipping through this first the prologue before I started reading it, and it was just page after page after page after page.
Right?
I was like, when will this end?
The size of like 3 other chapters, I think.
Yeah, I was like, thank God I'm not summarizing this one.
I'm the sucker here.
Yep.
I wonder if the prologue in the Game of Thrones was as dense.
It was a lot more action, a lot less
Talk
political.
So it was probably easier
Mhm.
for me to quickly summarize.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was the intro to the whole series, so
Yeah.
it had to be more thrilling.
Gotta let you know that there's some sneaky sneaks hanging out in the north.
some sneaky sneaks up there. Okay, that's the end of this episode of A Clash of Kings.
Ooh.
I almost said a Game of Thrones, but nope. We're in A Clash of Kings now,
This was
y'all.
A Clash of Kings.
Yeah. If you're a new listener, welcome.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's a bit sauntry. Is that a word?
Santry?
It's a bit saucy.
It's saucy. Welcome. Stick around.
Oh.
Okay, well, that's that. If you want more of the podcast, please follow us on Instagram. You can follow the podcast at Tigbab Podcast, or you can follow us separately. My handle is Crimby, Jess's is just.egan24. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search Tigbab Podcast or Tea is Good, Books Are Better, and we should pop up there. Also, please subscribe to our good friend Baram Barami on YouTube. He's the one who made our jingle that you heard at the start of this episode, and he's really dope and makes cool stuff, so give him a like and a subscribe. Also, you can check out our Patreon, patreon.com/teaisgoodbooksarebetter. We have a few different tiers on there with fun rewards, so if you contribute, you will get something in return. You will also be helping us out immensely, and we'd be very appreciative, but we also just appreciate you listening. And please don't forget to share with your friends our podcast, because that's what helps us grow. Word of mouth more than anything else. We can advertise all we want, but
Yep.
we will not grow unless you guys tell your friends about us.
It's true.
So please tell your friends. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time for Chapter 1 of A Clash of Kings, which is Arya.
It is.
And then...
Or Ari?
oh, Ari. What's that about? You'll find out next time. Okay. Thanks for listening, folks. Bye. Say bye, Jess.
Bye.